Hey guys, welcome back to another sports stuff video. Today we're talking about the Carolina Panthers and their off-season plan. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post next. Obviously the Carolina Panthers just traded up to #1 overall. They trade 2 firsts, 2 seconds, including a 2025 second, and wide receiver DJ Moore to move up to #1 overall. Did they overpay? Probably a little bit, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get that franchise quarterback. So notable free agents I have for the Panthers. I have linebacker Corey Littleton, QB PJ Walker, QB Sam Darnold, and to be honest with you, no one. I wouldn't be surprised if none of these guys come back, but I do have them re-signing PJ Walker. So, PJ Walker had 731 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Yes, I know, nothing impressive, but he was a solid backup QB, and he actually won them a game, including the massive, amazing throw to DJ Moore that was a crazy Hail Mary attempt. Most importantly, the fan base loves him, and as a new head coach, new defensive coordinator coming in, you want to win over the fan base quickly. I think signing PJ Walker to an extension works, and it was a great story. But I think the most important thing is that every time outside of the Panthers that PJ Walker's been in the league, it's been on the Indianapolis Colts while Frank Reich was the head coach. If you look at his spot rack, for 3 years straight, he was signed, released from the practice squad of the Indianapolis Colts. In 2017, he actually signed as an undrafted free agent with the Colts. So Frank Reich knows him and likes him. So I think there's a chance that PJ Walker could stay on. And, you know, I have him at, what, $12 million over 3 years, about $6 million guaranteed, $2 million signing bonus. That's pretty solid backup money. It's less than Case Keenum, but it's more than Nick Foles, which is exactly what I think PJ Walker is. Corey Littleton. In 14 games this past season, he had 47 tackles. He's definitely not the Corey Littleton of old. Pro Bowl, All-Pro Corey Littleton's, not around anymore. He's still a solid rotational linebacker, and he won't be expected to retain as you just retained Shaq Thompson on a new deal. I think it won't be hard to retain Corey Littleton. Here, I have a 2-year, $12.5 million deal, $7 million guarantee with a $3 million signing bonus. What is voided with 2 void years, so it extends that signing bonus out a little bit. So instead of 2 years with 1.5 each, it's 4 years with 7.5. So yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Free agent targets. So I think Paris Campbell should be a #1 free agent target for this team. He's a young receiver coming off the best season of his career because he was not injured the entire season. He's a speedster, and I think he's a weapon for whatever rookie quarterback you do draft. And I think a similar deal to DJ Chark last year makes sense. DJ Chark had a 1 for 5, and I think this 1 for 5.5 makes sense. $4 million base salary, 1.5 signing bonus with 5. I'd guarantee all of it. Kind of like what DJ Chark got. I think it was a fully guaranteed deal for 1 year. 1 for 5.5, fully guaranteed for the wide receiver. I think a lot of teams are going to want him, but if you can offer him a fully guaranteed deal in a starting position, I think you can get Paris Campbell. Next is Ben Jones, who's just cut from the Tennessee Titans. I think he's an elite veteran who's coming off a Pro Bowl season to finish off the O-line. You have 2 solid guards, 2 solid tackles. Get this guy, finish the O-line for your rookie quarterback. Invest heavily this season on your offensive line. I think he'll be a great leader in the locker room. A 1-year, $8 million total, $6 million base salary, $2 million bonus, half of it guaranteed. Next is my big acquisition for them is James Robinson. You trade Christian McCaffrey, you get James Robinson to replace him. I think with Frank Reich, this is the exact type of running back that Frank Reich loves. That Jonathan Taylor type, where he's just a complete mauler. Also, Marlon Mack as well. Marlon Mack was more of a receiving running back, but I think same thing. When he runs the ball, he's a mauler. Young stud running back. And he's only on the market because both New York and Jacksonville just wanted to draft running backs. Jacksonville was because he had Urban Meyer as your head coach. And New York got Bryce Hall, then they got James Robinson. So, he's kind of everywhere he goes now. He's still a really good running back, 1,700 yards in his career, one of those being over 1,000 yards. Whenever he plays, he's good. So I got a 4-year, about $30 million, correct? 11? Yeah, about 4-year, $30 million with 7, 10, 13, 14 of it guaranteed and a $3.5 million sign-in bonus. And for running backs, never going over $11 million is pretty solid. Yes, running backs are very easy to replace, but if you can get an elite running back, get one. Trade targets. I got Tracy Walker, the safety from Detroit, DJ Jones, the D tackle from Denver, and Elijah Moore, the wide receiver from the Jets. So Tracy Walker, last year only played 3 games due to injury and got 20 tackles. He's a solid veteran option at safety, and in his injury, both Kirby Joseph and Deshaun Elliott shines. Kirby Joseph is genuinely one of the best young safeties in the league, and Deshaun Elliott's a very solid, strong safety. Lions got their future in the position already. Might as well get some draft capital. And I think he could be a tackle machine for Ejiro Evero. He had Justin Simmons last year. Now he gets Tracy Walker. That'd be really good with Jeremy Chin as well. So it shows you what his current deal is. His current deal is about a 2-year, $16 million for $8 million guaranteed, no signing bonus remaining. Only about 8.5 or $8 million left guaranteed, because I guess that non-prorated bonus is $100,000. So $8 million left guaranteed. Instead, I'm signing him to an extension where a reworked deal, a $5 million signing bonus. The last year of his deal will be $10 million, and you guarantee basically the full year of 2024 and half of 2025. So you add on $12 million guaranteed, you add on $10 million base salary, and you also get a $5 million signing bonus. Again, his cap hit never hits $12 million for starting safety. Really good value, and Tracy Walker gets a better deal, and the Carolina Panthers get a better safety. DJ Jones, 34 tackles and 2 sacks in this past year. Had a great first year with Ejiro Evero. I think they need a D tackle in their 4-3 scheme next to Derek Brown. And I think he can help Derek Brown hit that next level. Guys, especially on the defensive line, around year 2 or 3, really should be showing that they're a franchise-level guy. And otherwise, you want to move off of them. I think Derek Brown could be that franchise-level guy. I think he just needs help. That's why they had Matt Ioannidis last year. They have all these guys that keep rotating in and out every year. Get DJ Jones, convert his 2-year contract into a 1-year deal for $13 million. And he's still young enough on the timetable at 27. So if you want to re-sign him to a multi-year deal, instead of reworking his deal to a 1-year big deal, you could extend him to 3 or 4 years at average money. You can do that too. But I decided to rework his deal, make it a 1-year deal for $13 million instead of 2 years for $13 million. DJ Jones. And then finally, Elijah Moore, 37 receptions for 446 yards and a touchdown. He's still a young receiver with potential, buried in Jets' depth chart, can provide great versatility, yada, yada, yada. Every single team that needs a wide receiver, I'm saying trade for Elijah Moore. He basically is nothing as well to get him. He only has 2 years left on his deal. One of them is fully guaranteed because he was a second-round pick. So, he's cheap for at least 1 more year. If you want to extend him, you can. Then he's cheap for 2 years, but really good young wide receiver. So this is the cap space before entering the draft. For some reason, you're going to see in the top right that you're negative $17 million before the draft. For some reason, over the cap is lagging, or it's like glitched. So I extended Shaq Thompson, Derek Brown, Brian Burns, and Jeremy Chin, and I opened up $30 million of cap space. I then used a lot of it, but I should have about $8 million left over in cap space, and for some reason it says I have negative 17. But I did the math. I should have $8 million in cap space in 2023 after all the deals I did. But I worked out Shaq Thompson rework because they didn't really tell you what it was. Went from 16.1 to $9.1 million of a cap hit. PJ Walker, $4 million. I'm signing PJ Walker. I'm signing Corey Littleton. I basically did everything I talked about. I did. Usually I only do 2 options of I only keep 2 guys I said to sign, and I only trade for 2 guys I say to trade for. But instead I did everyone. So you got Corey Littleton and PJ Walker. You signed Paris Campbell, Ben Jones, and James Robinson, and you traded for Tracy Walker, DJ Jones, and Elijah Moore. And again, you should have positive $8 million, which is amazing news for them. And here's my draft. I think number 1 overall, you gotta take Bryce Young. He's still my quarterback number 1 in the class. Yes, CJ Stroud's right there. Yes, Anthony Richardson and Will Levis are there. But I think Bryce Young is just a heads above them. Just a head's length above them. In the second round, I grabbed Jalen Hyatt. They don't really rate Jalen Hyatt well in PFF, but I still think he's really good. I think there's a chance he might go at the tail end of round 1, but he's definitely one of the first 10 picks of round 2. Versatile, deep threats, has a possibility to be an X receiver, but I think he's more of a Y. Kobe Turner, D tackle from Wake Forest. I think he is exactly what they need next to Derek Brown. He's a good run stuffer, good pass rusher. Obviously, Wake Forest doesn't really do anything every year, but I think Kobe Turner is one of the few guys on that roster that I wouldn't mind coming over to the NFL and having on my team. Ronnie Hickman in the 4th. I think Ronnie Hickman could be a linebacker, kind of like what Naz Hazardine. What's his name? Frick. It's with the It's Hamza Nasruddin, right? It's Nasruddin, Nasirilde. I can picture his name, Nasruddin. Yeah, Hamza Nasruddin with the New York Jets was a safety, then became a linebacker, and then Divine Diablo as well with the Raiders, safety to linebacker. I think Ronnie Hickman, at Ohio State, he played almost all of his time in the box, so that you can make him your weak side linebacker, your strong side linebacker. You already got Shaq Thompson as your Mike linebacker. You then have what's his name? I would then have you having what is his name again? Corey Littleton come back as your strong side linebacker. You come in, have Ronnie Hickman play a weak side linebacker. Or you can make him play a strong side linebacker. I don't see. He's a little undersized at 6'1", I think 230. No, not 230, 220, 215. But have him bulk up a little bit. I think he play linebacker for you. Deuce Vaughn, again, another option at running back. If you can't get a James Robinson, I think a Deuce Vaughn would be really interesting. Chuba Hubbard's more of a power running back. I think Deuce Vaughn more is that elusive back. So they'd be a really good pairing next to each other. And again, I love Keitrell Clark. You guys know how much I love Keitrell Clark. One of the best nickel corners in the entirety of this draft. And Edger Overo loves his nickel corners. So I think there's a chance that he could actually get drafted to the Broncos. But yeah, finally, potential shocking moves is that they don't take Stroud or Young. Maybe they take an Anthony Richardson because they think that his upside is so high that he could be the #1 quarterback in 5 years from now from this draft class. Or they take a Will Levis. Or they take someone crazy like Hendon Hooker. Who knows? Or Max Duggan. But I think there's a chance that they don't draft Young or Stroud. Maybe it is Anthony Richardson. Who knows? I think another shocking move is that they do enough this offseason to be a playoff team next year. You got to remember, the NFC South, the Buccaneers aren't really a worry anymore because they don't really have a quarterback, unless they get a quarterback this year and they can make a run. The Saints signed Derek Carr, I guess, are the favorites to win this division now. And then the Falcons are still rebuilding again. They're constantly rebuilding. So I think that if you can do all this that I said, you can definitely turn this franchise around in one season. I love Frank Reich. I love Edger Overo. I thought their special teams coordinator was a good hire. I trust this defense and this offense to do what you need to do and completely turn this team around in one season. Now, I would not put money on them making the playoffs, but I think it is realistic for them to make the playoffs next year if they do all this. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post next. I might do the Bears next because they did all these trades. I might do them next, but let me know. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.